Hello, hello, you guys. Welcome, welcome. Give people a chance to join us tonight. So thirsty, you guys. I literally just got back from the gym like an hour ago. I rushed home, took a shower, made myself presentable, laid my edges real quick because them edges be coming up. I be sweating so much at the gym. Made myself presentable. I got a chance to make my overnight oats and my yogurt, basically like my prep for tomorrow. So I got a chance to do that. I have not eaten like an actual dinner yet. I did have my yogurt when I left the gym. I packed that. So I got a chance to eat something, but once I get off live, I'm going to make me a black bean burger. I'm gonna put like some vegan mayo, onions, tomato, what else I put on it? Mushrooms. And I use I think it's called Famous, is it Famous Dave or Famous Ben's? Whatever that bread is with the protein. It's like in a green container. I ain't losing weight because I love to eat. I just on my body. I'm going to start the gym. I haven't found my one yet. Yes. We're really gonna dive into it, you guys. I've read a lot of y'all's comments about like trying to get started, things like that, how to stay motivated. So I'm glad you guys are tuning in. Hi, I'm gonna give it a few more seconds to let some more people join before we get started. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask before we get started. And tonight's topic, you guys, is going to be why you're not losing weight. So I think this is definitely a good one, especially because it's Halloween, right? So before you decide to dive into all of that candy, I want you to watch this video before you decide to eat your Reese's, your Twix, your Snickers, and whatever other type of candy that you guys really like. Maybe this video will make you think twice. Maybe, hopefully. Maybe a little bit. All right, you guys, so we can go ahead and get started. So why are you not losing weight? There's a lot of things, a lot of points that I want to get across tonight. And again, anything that I say, please feel free to ask questions. I am reading them as you guys ask. It's that damn candy because she looks so sweet. Yes, listen, I used to be addicted to chocolate. My favorite, I loved Snickers, Twix, oh my God. Oh my gosh. Snickers was like number one. And M&M's. Peanut M&Ms, oh my gosh. It's like freaking crack, man. I don't know what they're putting in that stuff, but it's definitely crack. Okay? That was like the hardest thing to let go was the chocolate for me because I love sweets. Okay, that was my kryptonite. Sweets, oh my gosh, ice cream, candy, chocolate, cookies. Oh, so hard. All right, so why you guys aren't losing weight? The very first point I want to touch on, you guys, is you have to be in a calorie deficit. And I stress this over and over and over again. The best way for you to determine how much food you're eating is to download MyFitnessPal. You guys, it's free. It's a free app. Now, they do have tiers. So if you want to purchase their subscription price, you get like a couple of more added perks for purchasing, but you don't have to. I don't pay for it, okay? So it is a free app, and there are others besides MyFitnessPal, but I use MyFitnessPal, and you plug in everything. So it's gonna ask you for your height, your weight, your age, your goals. Do you wanna lose weight? Do you wanna gain weight? Do you wanna maintain weight? So you're gonna, check what your goal is, and it's going to generate how many calories you should be eating. Now, I will say it does give you more calories than I think you should be eating if you are trying to lose weight. I think that if you're really trying to lose weight, you want to be around 1,400 calories, 1,500 calories if you're a woman, and 1,800 calories if you're a guy. That's just like a general thing. When I was on my weight loss journey, I stuck between 1,200 and 1,400 calories. And even though you may wear like a fitness tracker, like an Apple Watch or whatever, and you know how it tells you how many calories you burn, that does not mean that you get to eat the calories that you burned, okay? So we're just gonna put that out there. If you burn 500 calories in the gym, do not go and eat 500 extra calories because you done burnt 500. That's not how that works. We're staying in a calorie deficit. His name was Sean. I did a calorie deficit and I felt so hungry, but you do lose weight. MyFitnessPal is the best free app. Yes, it is the best free app out there. I'm telling you guys, definitely get on MyFitnessPal if you have not already. And it even measures out your macronutrients, so how much protein you should be eating, how many carbs, everything, how many sugars you should be eating. So definitely get on MyFitnessPal. And I think the problem is too, we don't realize how many calories we're actually eating. I know I don't, okay? Once I start eating the same thing every day, then I get a little lenient as far as plugging it all in. But if you're eating new meals and things that you haven't already looked at, like the calorie count and all that stuff, you can definitely underestimate how many calories you're eating. Like, I know when I first started doing overnight oats, I assumed I was eating about 400 calories in my overnight oats. I was actually eating 800 calories in my breakfast, and I didn't even realize it. And that's because I was putting the walnuts in there, chia seeds. I was doing a full cup of oatmeal, and then the fruit and the milk. So that easily ended up being 800 calories, and I didn't even realize it, okay? So it's really important that not only are you measuring your food out, you're also plugging everything in. And like I said, that's gonna help you stay in a deficit, okay? But you have to make sure that you are eating less than what you burn, because if you don't, you're either gonna maintain weight, so you're not losing, or you're gonna gain weight, okay? So that's definitely like the biggest problem that a lot of us struggle with. I know I did. And that's why I'm highly recommending MyFitnessPal. And like I said, there are others out there. I'm not too sure what they are, but my favorite was MyFitnessPal. And something else that's really, really cool is if you are cooking at home, which you should be because we talked about this yesterday, you can actually create an ingredients list on MyFitnessPal and plug in everything that you put in. Like, let's say you're making a big pot of something, like maybe you're making a soup or I don't know, whatever it is you're making. You can plug in every single ingredient that you're putting into your big pot of food. Then it's gonna ask you how many servings is this pot of food. You would plug that in and it's going to divide everything out so that you know exactly how many calories or whatever you're eating in one serving of whatever you cooked. So that's also really, really, really nice, okay? Especially because you're meal prepping, right? That's really important. So definitely make sure you guys are staying in a calorie deficit, okay? That's super, super important. The next reason why you're not losing weight is you're not eating the right foods. And we touched a lot on this last night. If you were unable to join, definitely make sure you go to my channel. I put the live available, so you can definitely check that out to see what we talked about. But we definitely went really deep into the types of food that you should and should not be eating. And again, I don't want you guys to feel bad if you think something is healthy and it's not. This is definitely a learning experience. That's why it's called a weight loss journey. You're on a journey. You're not expected to know every single thing as soon as you start, okay? Because like I said last night, there's a lot of misinformation out there. And then the way they label stuff, you think that something's healthy, but it's not, right? They're always putting like no sugar added or high in protein, things like that. So you're thinking it's healthy, but it's not, okay? So it's really, really, really important that you guys are staying on the outskirts of the grocery store like we talked about. Remember, we said stay on the outside. Once you start getting into the aisles, you're getting into the processed foods, right? And then that's where you're gonna have the high sugary stuff, the simple carbs and things like that, which you really wanna stay away from. So like your cereals, your chips, your candy, donuts, all that stuff. You don't want any of that. You want complex carbs, you guys. So what are complex carbs? That's your bread, that's your rice, okay? That's your fruit. Those are the things that you want to eat. And your oatmeal, if you like oatmeal, stuff like that. That's what's going to help you stay in your calorie deficit, okay? And then the other thing too is, you guys, a lot of the simple carbs, the stuff I just talked about, like the snacks and all that stuff, it's very high in sugar, very high in calories, and it's not even gonna keep you full. That's the problem. When you get into the healthy foods, you're gonna stay fuller, more full, a lot longer because that stuff has fiber. Fiber is your best friend. Fiber is going to make you stay full, okay? Do you have fitness plans people can purchase? I am working on fitness plans. I'm working on getting my one-on-one coaching up and running. So definitely make sure you come back, and I'm thinking I should have all of that available in the next few weeks, but definitely I will be doing that. While we're on the topic of it though, you guys, you can sign up for my memberships. I have different memberships on YouTube, depending on what it is that you're looking for. I have a bronze, which is $3.99, that comes with status updates and priority replies to comments. I have a silver package, which is going to include access to videos, early access to videos, and member shout outs and connecting on socials. Then I have a gold membership, which is going to include a members only chat room, discounted merchandise and perks from everything else. And then my platinum membership is going to include member only lives, extra videos, and then everything else that all the other packages included. So go to my channel and everything is listed out for you if you do want to purchase one of my memberships, and you'll be able to get more access, more information, and things like that. Okay, so that is up and running. But as far as the one-on-one coaching, stay tuned. I will be getting everything together in the next few weeks, and then I will be launching that, you guys. So I want you guys to make sure that you're eating healthy, okay? Healthy, like what were we talking? We were talking about fiber. Foods with fiber is going to actually keep you full longer. The problem with a lot of these snacks and all of these goodies that we like is it's not going to keep us full. So in an hour or 2 hours from now, you're going to be hungry again and you're going to be snacking, and then you're going to get out of your calorie deficit, okay? And you're not going to lose the weight that you want to lose. So that's really, really, really important. Do you guys have any questions for me so far before we jump on to the next point? I want to make sure that I'm answering any questions that you guys have. I don't want to leave you guys confused or anything like that. And for those of you guys, I'm kind of like, some of the stuff I'm repeating because I know I have new viewers on here, people who haven't gotten a chance to check out previous things. So just a little quick background about me, and if you already have heard it, just bear with me because I want to, let other people know who are new to the channel. I am vegan. I've been a vegan for 13 months now. I've lost 115 pounds naturally, so I didn't have any weight loss surgeries. I didn't take any meal replacement supplements or anything like that, or meal suppressants, whatever. I lost it all naturally, so I changed what I ate and I exercised. That's what I did, and I hired a personal trainer, okay? I am 32 years, well, I'm 33 now. I just had a birthday. I'm 33 years old now. I know a lot of you guys have wondered, like, do I have like saggy skin or anything like that? And the answer is no. Now, I will say my skin was a lot looser. I want to say when I lost about 50 to 60 pounds, I was way more jiggly. But as I continue to weight train and over between the pounds of 60 and 115 pounds, it's all pretty much tightened up. My inner thighs are still a little loose, but I'm confident that within the next 6 months to a year, everything is it's gonna fix itself. You know what I mean? Like, it's really gonna fix itself. I'm starting to get really toned. My shoulders, my delts, my back, everything is really coming together. Even my quads, I can start to see those, my glutes. So, I don't want people to think that you're gonna always have loose skin. I think it's really a matter of, one, eating right. That's right. You have to make sure you eat right. And then you have to make sure that you are exercising. Okay, and it took me 15 months to lose the 115 pounds. So I was roughly about 2 pounds a week. So I didn't lose it extremely fast. And that's the other thing. When we do the weight loss surgeries, you're losing the weight super, super, super fast. Oh, thank you. Yes, I had a very chill birthday. I want to be vegan. My friend is, and she looks great, just like you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes. And you guys, even if you aren't interested in being vegan, I can still help you. I used to be a carnivore, okay? So I still know what meats and things like that. Like, even though I'm vegan and you don't want to be, I can still guide you in the right direction. I can still get you to losing your weight. So don't think that because I'm vegan, I'm just gonna push it on you and be like, oh, you have to be a vegan. I want you to be a vegan because it is healthy for you, but I also want you to be happy. I want you to be satisfied, and I want you to reach your goals, okay? Not my goals, I want you to reach your goals. So don't think that because I'm vegan that you can't get information from me or whatever, because that's furthest from the truth, okay? So you have to make sure you're exercising. If you're worried about loose skin, you have to make sure you're exercising, especially weightlifting. And that's actually going to get us into our next point when it comes to why you're not losing weight. And that's strength training, okay? So this is a pretty big topic, and I really want to make sure that I'm eliminating all of the rumors and things, basically just the misinformation that people have when it comes to lifting weights, especially for women, okay? I hear so many women that talk about how they don't want to weight lift because they don't want to look like a man, okay? Number one, it is very impossible for a woman to look like a man when it comes to strength training, okay? Unless she's taking steroids, okay? We as women do not have enough testosterone to make enough muscle to look like a man. It is impossible. Now, will you be toned? Yes. But to look like a man? No. That's not true, okay? So do not be afraid to lift heavy weights. Now, everybody carries their weight in different areas. So you may see women who tend to be a little bit more bulkier up top and smaller down below, but that doesn't mean that's gonna be you. It's all about where your body keeps the weight. You get what I'm saying? And then it's also about what you train. If you are only training your glutes, then of course you are going to have bigger glutes because that's all you're training. If you're training your back and your back only, of course your back is going to be wider because that's the only thing you're training. So you have to make sure that you're training everything. That's number one. Make sure you're training everything, not just the glutes, not just so you definitely want to make sure that you're hitting all these muscle groups so that everything looks great, okay? Don't just only hit one muscle group. Okay, we're not gonna do that. Like, I know it's a lot of, like, women, we always wanna train our glutes, and I feel like men only wanna train their chest. We gotta train it all, whether you're a man or woman, train everything, okay? It's not just one muscle group, train everything. So, when it comes to losing weight, it's really, really, really important to strength train. So I want to eliminate the belief from women that you're gonna look like a man. It's impossible. You're not gonna look like a man. You have to strength train, you guys. A lot of you guys, when you want to lose weight, you just hop on cardio equipment and you want to be a cardio junkie and just spend a whole hour on the treadmill and then go home. No, you have to strength train, because when you are strength training, you are building muscle. You want to build muscle so that you can burn more calories at rest. That is called your BMR, your basal metabolic rate, okay? I know that might be a mouthful. Just know that your goal is to burn calories at rest. That is your goal. So when you are out of shape, your body's still burning a lot of calories because it takes a lot of calories to be used. It takes a lot of calories to digest your food, to sit there, to breathe. All of that takes calories, okay? But you want to build muscle so that you can raise how many calories your body burns when you're not doing anything. You cannot do that if you're only focused on cardio. Muscle burns way more calories than fat, okay? So let's say you take a week off from the gym, but you built up so much muscle, your body's still gonna be able to burn a lot of calories daily because you built up this muscle and it has to fuel the muscles, okay? So that's why it's really important to strength train. It's really important to strength train. So don't be a cardio junkie. Honestly, I do cardio every single day, okay? Now I do a lot of steady state cardio, so that's basically a steady state. So I'll set the elliptical on a certain resistance and I'll keep my speed relatively the same speed, and I'll knock that out for 20 to 25 minutes. I do the elliptical and I do the Stairmaster. You can do whatever you enjoy. The bike is really good if you want to do the bike. Make sure if you're doing the bike, it's something with your arms in motion too. right? Or you can do the cycling bike. That's really good for you. The Stairmaster, the treadmill. The treadmill is bad on your joints. That's the biggest thing when it comes to the treadmill. It's not good for your knees. So when people are running on the treadmill, it's really bad for your knees. That's why I suggest the bike or the elliptical, low impact. But if you are a runner or if you want to be a runner, go for it. You know, I want you to move. I want you to get some type of cardio in. But just be mindful when you're choosing different cardio equipment. Some things aren't as good for your body as others. So if you have any knee issues or joint issues, definitely stick to the elliptical and get on the elliptical where you're moving your arms too, okay? That way you're moving your legs and your arms. Don't just do the one where your arms don't move. You know, do both. So you wanna make sure you're getting your cardio in still, even though you're lifting weights, but you don't need to be on there for 45 minutes to an hour, you guys, and then jump from the treadmill for an hour, then I see people get on the elliptical for an hour. You don't need to do all that. No. 20 minutes, 25 minutes, get your heart rate up, and then go hit some weights. Now, when it comes to weights, it's really important to make sure that your form is right, you guys. I see so many people in the gym who, it's okay that you don't know what you're doing. You're not expected to know everything. But if you don't know, look it up. Because what happens is people think that they're doing something right, or even they think they're hitting a certain muscle group and their form is off, so they're actually targeting something else. And you can hurt yourself, especially your back. That's why it's really important that you build a strong core. The core is your stomach area. Don't skip abs. Like, a lot of people don't want to do abs for some reason. You need to do abs. I do abs daily. I don't do the same ab workout, but I hit abs daily because if you have a strong core, you're gonna protect your back. You're gonna protect your back from injury. So it's really important that you are hitting abs at least 2 times a week for 20 minutes. So I incorporate my core into my overall lifting routine. Some people like to save it for the end. It's completely up to you on how you want to do it. But you do need to make sure you're hitting your abs, okay? And it's important that you're making sure that your form is correct. If you're unsure about something or if something is really hard for you, don't add more weight, please. Please don't do that. We're not ego lifters. Because the last thing you want to do is hurt yourself. Now you've thrown off your routine because now you're injured. And now you're not going to hit the gym tomorrow or probably the next day. You're probably going to take a week or 2 off because you're just going to remember that time you hurt yourself. And then you're just going to say, I'm not going to the gym because last time I went to the gym, I tore this and did it. You know how we do. So don't do that. Please don't do that. YouTube is your best friend. I still look up certain exercises on YouTube to make sure I'm doing it right because there's so many different things. So there's no shame in looking it up to make sure that you're doing it right so that you can not hurt yourself, okay? And make sure you're stretching, please. Please make sure you stretch. And please make sure you get in some practice reps before you get to the heavy weight, okay? So for instance, let's say I'm going to be, okay, for instance, today I did front squats. Okay, so I had the bar in front of me. I didn't just put 165 pounds on the bar and that was my first set, my first rep. No, I worked my way up to that. So first I started with body weight squats, got my knees flowing because, you know, my knees, you know, they ain't what they used to be, okay? So first I got my knees loose and I got my hips loose. I did some hip mobility. Then, I stretched. Then I did some body weight squats. Then I did just the bar, the 45-pound bar. Then I added 10s on each side and I slowly built up to my working set, okay? Don't just throw the heavy weight on there and then that's your first set and now you hurt. We're not doing that. Work your way up to the heavy stuff, okay? Please. So strength training is very, very, very important when it comes to losing weight, okay? Don't skip that. Ladies, you are not gonna look like a man. It's impossible, okay? So we're just going to eliminate that myth altogether. The next point as to why you're not losing weight is you're not getting enough sleep. Sleep is really important, you guys. Your muscles need to rebuild. The only way they're gonna rebuild is if you sleep. You have to figure out a way to get 6 to 8. You're really supposed to get 8 hours of sleep. If you want to be honest, 8 to 10, if you really want to be honest. Now, I understand everybody can't do that. Everybody has different responsibilities, kids, jobs, things like that. So I recognize that not everybody can get 10 hours of sleep. But you have to start prioritizing your sleep. Just like you prioritize happy hour, right? Just like you prioritize happy hour, you need to make sure you're prioritizing your sleep as well. It's really important with your weight loss journey, okay? And it's really gonna just help you recover overall. Sometimes I'll go to bed super sore. Like, let's say I really went in on glutes and I wake up and I don't feel sore. Like, I feel ready to do it again. You get what I'm saying? That's because I make sure I get enough sleep. So please make sure you get your rest. It's really, really, really important. You guys have any questions for me so far? Also, you guys, this is a super chat live, so feel free to leave a super chat if you would like to donate to the channel. All donations go to equipment and things like that, just to make the channel better so I can give you guys more information and all of that. So feel free to leave a super chat if you want to donate to the channel. Also, you guys, make sure you check out my membership packages. They are listed on my channel. I have different packages that offer different things, so definitely check that out to see which package would be the best for you. And you guys, I do have one-on-one coaching that will be available in the next few weeks. And yes, so any questions so far? I hope I'm giving you guys really good information. I hope you guys are taking notes, and I will be posting this live after we're done. So always feel free to rewatch it if you missed something, if you had to leave and come back or whatever. And also I have my other lives posted as well, so that you can see what we talked about in previous nights, okay? So the next point I want to talk about, and this is the biggest one, which is why I left it for the end, okay? The last point that I have for tonight as to why you're not losing weight. You are inconsistent as fuck, okay? As fuck. You are inconsistent as fuck. And I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you, okay? So if you feel like I'm talking about you, it's because I am. Obviously, something that I said is touching your spirit, and that's why you feel like I'm talking about you, okay? We have to get out of the mindset that if you do something one time, you're gonna have these great results. No. Rome was not built in a day, you guys. You have to commit to your journey. This is a lifestyle change. This is not a diet. And I touched on this in the previous lives. We do not use the word diet on this channel. I don't even know what a diet is. We don't use the word diet. Diet does not exist. We are on a lifestyle change. This is our life forever, okay? Forever. This is our life forever. We are committing to forever eating healthy. We are committing to forever exercising. We are committing to forever of getting enough sleep and prioritizing ourselves for once. A lot of us don't prioritize ourselves. We are so ready to help everybody else. We help in our parents, we help in our kids, we help in our spouses, we help in our coworkers, we help in every single person but ourselves. Why do we do that? Why do we do that? Why does everybody else get a chunk of us except for us, ourselves? We not doing that no more. You can't be good to someone else if you're not good to yourself, okay? And that was the biggest lesson I learned through my entire weight loss journey. Of course, I learned about fitness and eating right and muscle groups and all of that stuff. Of course, I learned so much during my journey, but the number one thing that I learned is I have to take care of me first. If I don't take care of me, I'm no good to anybody else. Okay? That's mentally, that's physically, that's emotionally, that's spiritually, it's everything. You have to take care of yourself. Okay? So, you being inconsistent is you not taking care, you're not prioritizing yourself. We all have different schedules, and sometimes our schedules change. I used to be able to work out in the morning. Now I'm more of an afternoon/evening person because of other obligations that I have. But we all have 24 hours, okay? So if you can be consistent in the morning, work out in the morning. If you're more of a lunchtime person, you know you can commit to lunchtime hours, then do that. If you are an evening person, let's say you get off at 5 and you have between 5 and 6 to work out, then do that. If you're a late night owl, then do that. But you have to commit to exercising, and you have to commit to eating right. Eating right first, because at the end of the day, you can exercise all you want. If your nutrition isn't right, you can forget about seeing any type of progress. So nutrition is first. You have to commit to eating right first. Fitness, exercise is second. But you have to commit to these things, okay? You have to commit to, I'm not going to say eliminating your alcohol intake, but you do have to commit to decreasing it drastically, okay? We can't drink heavily on the weekends and still lose those 2 pounds. That's not how this works, okay? It's not how it works. It's not gonna happen. You can't think that you can eat right on Monday, but Tuesday through Saturday you eat like shit, and when you get on the scale on Sunday, you know for a fact you lost 2 pounds. No. We're committing to, I want you to commit to not eating fast food at all. But I recognize that might be unrealistic for a lot of people. But we are going to commit to reducing how often we go to Chick-fil-A. I understand that line be moving. I understand that line be wrapped around the building 5 times, and somehow they get your order right every single time, hot and fresh, in under 3 minutes. I understand that, but it's not good for you. Fried food is not good for you. Whether you trying to lose weight or not, it's not good for you, okay? So we have to commit to these changes forever. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle change. This is forever. This is until the day we die, okay? Because we want to commit to treating ourselves right. We're not treating ourselves right if we're putting all these horrible things into our body. The sodas, the high sugary foods, okay? The fried foods. We're not treating ourselves right when we do that. We're not. Just like if you were to look at somebody who's on drugs, you would think they're not supposed to be ingesting that. It's the same with the food, you guys. Our bodies were not built to consume that type of food. If they were, there wouldn't be type 2 diabetes. We wouldn't have heart issues. Why would plaque be an issue with the arteries if we're supposed to be consuming saturated fats? None of that would be a problem, right? But it is, because that's not what our bodies were developed to be ingesting, okay? So we have to make sure that we're eating right. We have to make sure that we're exercising. That's good for our heart. It's very good for our heart. If we didn't have to exercise, then we wouldn't be out of breath walking up a flight of stairs if we was out of shape, right? Exactly. But we get out of shape and then things are hard that shouldn't be hard, because our bodies were built to move. We wasn't meant to be couch potatoes and sit in front of the TV all day and eat chips and popcorn. That's not how our bodies was built. Okay? We were designed to be active. We were designed to eat healthy foods, okay? So it's important that when we're making this step to our weight loss journey, that we understand this is not a diet. Yeah, you might want to lose 20, 30 pounds by this day so that you can look good on your vacation. That's a great goal to have. But just know, even after the vacation, you're still committing to treating your body right. You're still committing to eating right, and you're still committing to exercise till we die. Okay? And that's why I feel like a lot of us just underestimate the importance of consistency, the importance of a routine. You know how to go to the bathroom when you gotta go to the bathroom, right? No one has to tell you, you just go. You feel it and you go. If you've been out of the gym for a few days, you can start to feel it. So you go, right? If you've been eating like shit for the past few days, you start to feel it, especially if you've been doing so good. I know when I eat like shit, after all of these months of eating clean, I can feel it. Like I feel more sluggish. I feel sleepy. I might be a little grouchy. I can feel it. So I get back on my routine because I feel better when I'm on my routine. Okay? And I don't want you to beat yourself up if you fall off of the wagon, but you have to be able to get your ass back on that wagon and carry out what you said you was going to do, which was lose this weight and have a healthy lifestyle. Okay? So we all go through things, or, of course there are times when you don't feel like it, but it's not about feelings. That's why I said it's important to get into a routine and consistency, discipline. It's discipline. And I touched on this in a reel, on a short. I said that I think a lot of times we think that it's motivation that keeps us in check. Because when you first want to lose weight, you're super motivated, right? You throw out all of the bad foods, you just toss it all, right? You set up a gym membership, you might even buy some cute workout clothes. You're super motivated, you're stoked. And then after a couple of weeks or a couple of days, depending on yourself, it slowly goes, wah, 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 right? And all that motivation shit goes out the window. You're like, to hell with all of this, right? It gets a little hard. It gets hard. Let's just be honest. It gets hard, okay? We're not good with hard. But what is worth it is what makes you uncomfortable, okay? So I want you guys to understand, it's not motivation that keeps you on your lifestyle change. It's discipline, okay? Discipline is getting up and doing what you don't feel like doing. That's discipline. But you get your ass up and you do it. And I think a really good example of this for most people, not all, because there are a lot of people who do love their job, but there's also a lot of people who freaking hate their job, hate their coworkers, just hate all that shit, right? But amazingly, you get up every single day and you go to work, right? Whether you work from home or you have to physically go, you get up and you do it, right? Because you have bills, you have people that you have to take care of, but you do it. Even though you don't want to most days, or every day. I know for myself, when I was working, I hated going to work every single day. But I got up and did it because I had to, right? Why do we not have that same mentality when it comes to eating right and exercising? Why do we not feel like we have to do that? Why do we not feel like we have to take care of ourselves? This goes back to the beginning of when I started talking about inconsistencies. It's just feeling like we aren't a priority. So if we feel like it, sure. If we don't, then nah. It shouldn't be that way. We should be putting ourselves first all the time. All the time. We should be putting our well-being first all the time, but we don't. And I think a lot of times, a lot of us grew up thinking that we're not supposed to. But that's so far from the truth. You should put yourself first all of the time, okay? And you should never let anyone make you feel bad for putting yourself first. And there's gonna be a lot of people, especially as they see you progressing and on your lifestyle change, there's gonna be a lot of people who are gonna get upset with you because they feel like you're not putting them first. But it doesn't matter. Like I said, you can't be good to anyone else if you're not good to yourself. If you don't love yourself, how can you love someone else? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a really big indicator of how much we love ourselves is how we treat our bodies. You can't possibly say that you love yourself, but you treat yourself like shit. Just imagine if you were in a relationship. Let's say you had a boyfriend or a girlfriend who treated you like shit. Would you really think that they loved you? No. Maybe in the moment because you're not looking from the outside in. But once you get out of the relationship, you're going to look back and you'll be like, they didn't really love me like I thought they did. The same goes back to our well-being, what we eat, how we treat our bodies. You have to treat yourself well. And that means eating right. That means exercising. That means maintaining a healthy weight so that you can live a long and prosperous life. Okay? So inconsistency, I feel like, is the biggest indicator of why you cannot lose weight. I think we underestimate what consistency really means. And I'm gonna break it down for you real quick. Consistency means every freaking day. Every day. Every day. That's what consistency means. Every freaking day. Being consistent. Whether you're taking a day off from the gym or not, you still have to do good on the back end. You still have to eat right. Right? Now, I'm never going to tell you that you should be working out 7 days a week. That's not what I mean by being consistent. You have to give your body a break. But what I am saying is you should be eating right most days. You should be. You might fall off the wagon for a snack, but you better be back on that wagon by dinner time, right? You might fall off the wagon on Tuesday completely, but your ass better be back on that wagon come Wednesday. Okay, so that's what I mean by consistency. You're gonna slip up. Nobody's perfect, okay? But you have to know how to pick your ass back up and get back on track. There ain't no excuse. You have to learn how to do that. If you can't do that, then I'm gonna help you do that. But you've got to get in the mindset of consistency. All right? Do you guys have any questions for me? I'm so glad you tuned in for this live. I feel like we talked about a lot of good things today or tonight. I think we really touched on some important points. And there's a lot of stuff that goes into weight loss, but I wanted to choose what I thought was some of the biggest points of weight loss. Okay. And, I think sometimes we also underestimate the importance of mental health in all of this. I was a yo-yo dieter for years. For years. Lose 20, gain 30. Lose 30, gain 50. For years. Might do good for 2 weeks and then back to my old ways. But it wasn't until I got into counseling and focused in on my own issues that this time around, I was able to not only get rid of the weight, but keep it off. I've never kept weight off for this long because I've been sitting at 115 pounds lost for a couple of months now. And I haven't gained any of it back. And just being consistent with going to the gym. I've never done that before. Being consistent with eating right. I've never done this before. This is the first time for me, my whole overweight life. Because I wasn't overweight my entire life, but my whole overweight life. This is a first for me. And I'm amazed at myself for being able to stick with something for as long as I've stuck with it. And even when I do make mistakes and I snack, I'm proud of the fact that I can say, you know what, Jasmine? We're not doing this tomorrow. We've come too far to go back. We are not reverting Bitch, you better be back on that wagon tomorrow to be able to snap myself out of it and get right back on track. But that's because this has become a routine. This has become my life. This has become a lifestyle change. See, that's what I'm saying, lifestyle change. We're not on a diet, we're on lifestyle change. Hello, thank you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. I'm gonna start what's the word? Is it premiering? Basically, scheduling. I'm gonna start scheduling the live so that you guys know what topics I'm gonna be talking about. I kind of just think about it while I'm at the gym, but then it's like, oh, I should have scheduled it so that they know. But I'm gonna start scheduling them so you guys know what topic is gonna be for that particular night. But every live that I've done so far is on my channel for you guys to view if you were unable to watch live. Also, you guys, make sure you check out my memberships. I have different packages depending on what it is that you're looking for. And be on the lookout for my one-on-one coaching that will be launched in the next couple of weeks. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, supporting, asking questions, commenting, liking, sharing. If you resonated with anything that I touched on, please make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.